Are you two living a sexless life? This is the topic that is still active nowadays. Why are so many sexually active people aren't having sex? And why aren't they enjoying it? We're talking about sex with others. Hi, this is Liana, holistic intimacy coach. Welcome back to my channel. Here, I help you get your orgasmic intimacy. The reason I'm going to approach this, and it's me and not somebody else, is because my training is that in somatic sexuality. Somatic means how you embody, what happens through your body, what is pertaining to the body. And when you take coaching around somatic sexuality, you look at essentially, like if you want to go to the essence of it, three things: how you embody sexuality, what prevents you from embodying your sexuality, and what helps you embody your sexuality better. Three main pillars of somatic sexuality coaching. So from that perspective, because I help a lot of people, especially in individual sessions, some of the group sessions, but those cannot go too deep. So it's my main work is still in individual sessions, okay, one-on-one. The first things that I see with a lot of people is they spend so much time in their heads, less time in their body. Not only do they have to spend their time in their heads when they go to work and they have to find their sustenance, a lot of them are not into manual labor, so they think a lot, so intellectual jobs. Secondly, the whole entertainment and interconnection with this little gadget that I'm filming right now, and you're watching through it also, it keeps you locked up here, okay? You're not getting out of it too often. And most of the stuff that you're doing at work or your means of sustenance, unless you're an athlete or you're doing any kind of manual physical labor, then it's not designed to get you in your body. It's designed to keep you focused, keep your attention on one task or more tasks. Your body is used maybe just to travel from one place to another, and that's it. When it comes to entertainment, unless you're super disciplined and you do regular workouts or regular movement in some sort of way, then you're not spending too much time in your body either. And you're connecting with your gadgets to be impressed, to be informed, to find out what's new, what's cool, to find out what other people are doing. Come on, don't deny it. A lot of us are doing that. What is X doing? What is Y doing? What is that star doing? What is the other popular singer doing? And so on. Okay, we're still in our heads. Okay, we're still not living so much in our bodies. And it's natural for your sex drive to be lower. It is. Your sex drive is related to what you do with your body. Unless you're some super advanced master, and let me break it to you, very few of us are at that level. I know you want to say that we're there, but we're not. I'm sorry. A lot of us are kidding ourselves. So unless we're that master, maybe one or two people on the planet, I don't know, that they can instantly relinquish or just phase out of their mind and drop into their body and really feel the whole depth of life, excitement, beauty, richness of life and of the senses, it's going to take you a bit of time to get aroused. It's going to get you a bit of time to get in the mood. And it's going to take you a little more time to actually be able to sustain more erotic charge. Why is that? Because this little buddy fella here was gonna pop in and it's gonna mess up your fun a lot of the time. And this is what I see with a lot of my coaching clients. So that's one reason why you're not having so much sex either. Another reason is that you're exhausted. All of these stuff that we're doing are consuming a lot of our vital energy. And our free time, it's not used to cultivate our energy or to replenish it. A lot of the stuff that we do for entertainment actually consume more of our energy. And I'm talking about how we spend our time, how long we take to enjoy ourselves, what we eat, what we drink, all of these. Unless you're very disciplined, you're consuming a lot of energy here and there without even realizing it. And fatigue, like just watching a screen, can drain you of energy. Yes. And if you spend a lot of time watching your screen, it's going to do that. Now, another thing is that you don't spend enough time to enjoy yourself sexually. I mean it. We have the saying in our country that the appetite comes after you begin to eat. Well, it's the same thing with sex. Your drive comes after you start enjoying it. And if you don't specifically take time to engage yourself or with yourself sexually, at least, and then with others, and by others, I don't mean just anyone. We're going to talk about selection in the next point. But if you don't spend time engaging with yourself sexually and then with others, assuming that you're doing that as is beneficial for you, then you're not going to have a higher sex drive. You're not going to want to push through some of the hindrances that might come up, because you get highs and lows, obviously. Even when you're like anything physical, it's got high times and it's got low times or down times. It's the same with our sexual impulse. But if you don't express it at all, it's just a flat line. There's no motion there. So, and it tends to go flat if you don't use it, by the way. Now let's get into selection. Because of the high or easy accessibility of pornography and hookup apps and just the seemingly ease to get sex, and I think that's a very big trap or a big pitfall of our current times. We don't appreciate it so much. A lot of us, especially the younger ones, are going to go with just anyone because, hey, I got to do it, otherwise I'm not valid. You're not even thinking that way. You're acting out of impulse, okay? You're going and having sex with people just for having sex, just for being validated for being sexually active. Yeah, well, I was younger once, so I would remember how it was. That's where I'm talking from. And a lot of people were like that. And a lot of people still do that, and they don't even realize. Sadly, until you enter your full power and you begin to select and you begin to understand why it's important, and you have an embodied wisdom of why it's really important to select people, well, you're not going to select so much, and you're going to, well, a lot of people do stuff that they don't really like. It doesn't really get them aroused or turned on. That's why a lot of people also fake it, because they're ashamed to own that they're not feeling so much. They're ashamed to say, you know what, I'm not so turned on. Whatever you're trying to do, it just isn't working for me. That's also part of shame around sexuality. To own that maybe you're not so available as the public or mainstream image is promoted now of people, of sexual availability. To own that maybe you're not so excited about something, or that you can't get an arousal or erection for men. So there's a lot, selection comes with your knowing your power, including your sexual power. And I'm not talking about power over others. I'm talking about your power with yourself. Your power to say yes, your power to say no, your power to, well, suggest what you want and avoid what you don't want, and so on. So these are some of the reasons why we're sexless nowadays. The most frequent ones that relate to the body, obviously, because sex happens for most of us through the body. I don't know where you are at right now, but if you've stayed with me this long, I have only one more message for you. The path to getting you back to enjoying yourself sexually comprises of enjoying yourself in your body, so connecting, grounding yourself in your own body, coming back to your body. And for that, I have a tool which is called the Somatic Practices. They're on Patreon. You can check out the link below. I highly recommend those, that you try them often. I mean it, often. There's no other way for you to start to open up sexually unless you open up physically and you cultivate your physical and somatic and embodied intelligence. Otherwise, you can't skip this. It's like skipping, I don't know, skipping your shower but still expecting to be beautiful for others. How many times can you do that until you start to stink? I'm sorry. The second thing is that you don't really understand your sexual nature, your sexual personality, okay, what you are about sexually or identity. You think that you know yourself just because you're having sex, but it's not the case. There are so many things that go under your radar because there's little knowledge that you were taught, genuine knowledge around this. So I'm talking about knowledge, not how to consume more products or programs. I'm talking about knowledge about what works and what doesn't work, the signals, the very fine or soft signals that your body gives, and how to find the power to really, even in an intense moment, to honor those signals. That's the kind of knowledge about your sexual personality, persona, identity. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. And that one takes or requires internal search, internal understanding of yourself. For that, I have coaching. It's not for everybody, obviously. A lot of people just, when they hear about it, it's too much for them. But if you're in the right place where you really want to perform here in the healthiest way for you, so express beautifully, intensely, but while honoring everything that you are, for that, I have coaching. There's also another link under this video. Check it out. If this is the right one for you, take it. If you're not financially in the place where you can afford it, that's not a problem. I have some online programs also. You're not going to work live with me, so I can't give you my live time, but the stuff that I filmed there is supposed to help you figure out a lot about you. I have classes with massages. I have classes with general, embodiment around coaching, around sexuality. I have classes with general understanding of sexuality. And then one major class for women with women's practices. That one it goes right into the essence of sexuality, of enjoying yourself sexually, expressing, working with it, and really starting to see progress blossoming. So if these resonate with you, then by all means, take them. Don't wait until you get a relationship, but you find yourself not ready for it in some way. Do that in advance. I mean, don't let it get too late until you start doing these. Any of them, whatever you can afford, is better to do something than nothing at all and just go out of inertia. Because there are a lot of stuff that pull you. Okay, you can check out the first part of this video again to really listen to, to understand where your energy is going. So I'll leave you with this. These are my thoughts. I don't have studies. I don't need them. I work with people day in, day out around their sexuality blockages and how to come back to their erotic bloom, basically. That's where I come from. Hope this helps, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.